Now, let's dive deep into this LGBTQ story for today. I am Dr. Edward Summers, and let's queer up trans rights. Senate passes NDAA blocking gender-affirming care coverage. Will Biden veto the bill? The United States Senate passed the National Defense Authorization Act this week with an 85-14 majority. The bill includes a provision denying insurance coverage for gender-affirming care for transgender youth under TriCare, which is the military's health insurance plan. The controversial provision prohibits medical interventions for gender dysphoria that the Act claims could result in sterilization for children under 18. Medical experts argue such treatments really lead to sterilization. LGBTQ advocates say the provision aims to ban all gender-affirming care for military families. Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin, the Senate's only out lesbian-led efforts to remove the anti-trans language. However, the amendment never came to a vote. Baldwin criticized the inclusion of partisan language, saying, quote, "Some folks poison this bill and turn their backs on those in service with a partisan provision that will rip away the rights of our service members to get the health care their kids need. I cannot support this bill and turn my back on these families," end quote. The American Civil Liberties Union, the Human Rights Campaign, and advocates for trans equality have now urged President Biden to veto the legislation. Mike Zamora of the ACLU said, quote, "President Biden should cement this legacy by vetoing this bill," end quote. Listen, it's I think Biden needs to step up. I think he should, as Zamora said, cement his legacy and veto this legislation. But part of this story reveals something that's much larger problem with our politics of how we just smush everything in one bill. And of course, this bill is passing, and lots of Democrats have supported it because we want to support our defense, right? We want to support our military. But this is an example of what's wrong in politics, how we just put so many different things in the legislation and then try to shove it through Congress. So it's very problematic. But I think, Biden should protect his legacy. He's been a pro-LGBTQ member, over the last 4 years, and he should just veto this bill and send it right back to them.
Well, I covered this story, I don't know, it was earlier last week. And the problem I had with this was, and you're right, the business of politics and how they write their bills to be thousands of pages so that they add pork to each and every bill is a huge issue. But what's more important in my perspective is that this goes, again, shockingly, opposite of the Republican Party. We're pro-family. We want little smaller government. Well, yeah, but you're up my ass telling me what I can and can't do with my children that I think and their doctors think is more important. And so now suddenly you were so pro-family and so let the parents make the decisions, but now you're taking those rights away from me because, less than 0.02% of the population have children that are impacted by this. So it's literally no dollars in the scheme of things. We're talking about pennies, and we're making drama over pennies.
That's right.
When we have a $900 billion budget. Give me a break.
Absolutely.
So it's just an excuse for the Republicans to play games.
Well, and it's typical hypocrisy. And don't forget, the MAGA party will be moving to D.C. soon. And
That's right.
any progress made prior to its existence will be simply erased. We need to really prepare ourselves for what's coming in the next few years.
Absolutely. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.